I think the thing that drains me the most in my life is feeling like I have to be the one to make sure all the things happen. I have to be the one to make the grocery list so we have food so we don't eat out too much this week. I have to be the one to make sure everyone at work feels validated and valued and seen so that they don't burn out or get angsty or start a revolt or leave unhappy each day. And I have to be the one to schedule the dental cleanings before the school year starts, but also, make sure to not cancel any staff meetings so people stay connected. I have to give feedback or people won't grow. I have to cast vision for 5 years out so we know where we're going. And all of it is exhausting. It's so exhausting. I had a leader say to me once, I take care of my team members and I make sure that they're okay all the time. But as the leader, who is making sure that I'm okay? And that is a completely valid question. Friend, if anything I just said resonates, this episode is for you. And honestly, it's for me too. My husband, Josh, and I, we sat down this past weekend and we thought about this upcoming fall. And we both walked away thinking, we are at capacity. So, what I am saying to you today is really just me preaching it to myself, and you just get to be here to listen. So, what I'm going to start with is something that we all know, but something very few of us, especially us women or working moms in leadership, it's something that we don't want to accept. And that is, you can't do it all. So, I currently live in Central Oregon. I live in Bend, Oregon, to be specific. And if you know anything about Bend, you know that it is a leisure town. It's an outdoor paradise, really, with snow-capped mountains and beautiful rivers and these crystal clear mountain lakes. But we live in the high desert, so you get this really interesting high desert scenery, but also with snow-capped mountains and lakes and rivers. It's just truly such a magical place to live and raise a family. And I really can't believe that we get to live here. I think it every day. But the vibe in Bend, Oregon is that leisure is king. Well, this is very different. It's a very different vibe after being born and raised and living 36 years on the East Coast. And there was always something about West Coasters that confused me. I never understood exactly what it was, but now I get it because before a year and a half ago, I would have said that hustle is king. Now, I might not have actually said that out loud, but it was true of my life. That's what my life looked like. It was true of my organization's life, of my family's life. And it was like there was some sort of invisible badge of honor that I had created in my own mind. And it got reinforced every time someone said to me, I don't know how you do it all. And I loved that. It made me feel like a superwoman. But what I have come to realize is that I don't know how you do it all is not a compliment. There is no award for hustle. But you know what there is for hustle? There is consequence from hustle. And at first, it feels like good consequence. It feels like productivity and it feels like momentum. But it does not take long before that good consequence turns into a harmful consequence. And not just harmful to us as leaders, but to our team and to our family. And friend, it has to stop. So let me ask you, do you feel the pressure to do it all? And do you feel like you don't have a choice? There's no other way. And like me, do you even take some subconscious pride in being able to do it all? And if you can answer that honestly in regards to your work life or your home life, then I have some encouragement for you. Not only can't you do it all, at the heart of it, you don't want to be doing it all. I'm going to use a little illustration to help get this point across. So I love food. I don't just love eating food, but I am a foodie. So I love cool restaurants. I love restaurants that specialize in a specific cuisine or that restaurant that's known for that one thing, like their main specialty. So there's a bakery here in Bend, and they serve a variety of amazing treats, but they are widely known for one thing. It's called the ocean roll. If you come to Bend, Oregon, you have to have an ocean roll. Anyone who comes to Bend, Oregon to visit me, we make sure we get one. So the ocean roll is like a cinnamon roll meets a sticky bun, but instead of cinnamon, they use cardamom, the spice cardamom. So it's soft and it's flaky every time. And I could eat one every day. I would eat one every day if I could. They do so well, these ocean rolls, that other local coffee shops and even bakeries, they don't even try to make their own copycat versions. They just buy ocean rolls from this one store and sell them in their shop. So this bakery used to just be a local bakery, but now they have a whole distribution facility for the ocean roll. So you can get one almost anywhere in Bend. Now, on the other hand, to contrast it, have you ever been to the Cheesecake Factory? Sure, cheesecake is their thing and they do it well, but their menu, their food menu is so big and so broad that it makes me nervous to order almost anything. Because I mean, how can their spring rolls and their tacos and their pasta and their burger all be good? I mean, if you're asking me, they're trying to do too much. And as a result, their food it's fine, right? It's mediocre, but you get the point. You have an ocean roll inside of you. And someday I hope you make it to Bend and get a real ocean roll inside of you. But you have that thing that is uniquely you, that thing that you bring to your leadership, to your parenting, to your friendships, to your neighborhood and community. And I can almost guarantee you that because of your diluted focus, you are making a diluted impact with that gift that is just a God-given gift. Could I learn to be a fixer-upper person who fixes things around the house? Could I learn to be handy? Absolutely. I'm a millennial with YouTube. There's nothing I can't learn to do. But the time it would take to learn it, the time that it would take to get good at it, and then just to do it would take so much time away from the things I already do that already make an impact in my home. So that new thing at work, that thing that you are seeing in front of you as being the next step towards your team's success. Maybe it's a project or there's a new software you want to launch that you have to learn, or there's a new event that you've never done before that you want to put on. Friend, does it have to be you to do it, to learn it, to execute it? The big fat answer is no. And you might be thinking, no, it is. I'm the boss. I'm the mom. I'm the leader. I can't ask this of my people. Well, what if what you are withholding from them is their ocean roll? What if you, in the pride or fear of doing it all, are actually withholding opportunity for your people to thrive? Now, I can almost guarantee that there are at least 3 things right now in your home or at work that would fit into that category. I'm not joking. So for fun, let's just start with one. What is one thing that you are doing that is not your ocean roll? Something that takes up your time, your energy, your joy, and your bandwidth. Are you thinking of something? Are you thinking of just one thing that you're like, oh, if I just didn't have to do that one thing, it would change everything? I guarantee you that there is someone who gets so much joy out of that thing. There was so much that I did when I ran my nonprofit, so much that I did myself because I hated that kind of work. So I would never imagine asking anyone else to do it. If I hated it that much, I wouldn't be a good leader if I asked someone else to do it. Well, it turns out my admin assistant loved some of that work. It gave her so much joy. It gave her so much satisfaction. And so I was withholding that from her, making myself miserable and depriving my team of what I could truly give them. You not only can't do it all, you shouldn't. It is harmful to you. It's harmful to your team. The question is, are you willing to accept that? Are you making excuses even now? Do you believe that you can be a leader that is healthy at work and that is healthy at home and have people that are all working in their giftings? Well, you can be that and you can have that. You just have to choose it. The second thing I want to call out, in case all that wasn't enough, is that your organization's greatest asset is not the product or the service that you create or that you produce. It's not your reputation. It is the organization itself. Your team is your greatest product. And this translates home too. The greatest asset of my family isn't something that we can accomplish together. It is simply us. It is our relationships, our bond. So if your team is your organization's greatest asset, then you as the leader have a clear job, and that is to build your team. And it is so tempting to think, we don't have time for professional development. We don't have time for a staff retreat. We don't have time or resources to hire out a coach for me, for my employee that needs growth in this area. We don't have time for that because we have these new people to onboard. We have all this work that we're going through. It's a really busy season. Well, friend, this busy season will be followed by the next busy season. As a coach, I hear this all the time. We really need you to come in and help us learn how to communicate, but we're just trying to survive right now. I mean, do you hear it? Maybe if you knew how to communicate effectively, it would solve some of the problems that are keeping you in survival mode. If you really care about the product or service you offer, then you will see that the only way to keep that product or service out there in the world is to pour into your team. You cannot do it all. They need to be able to take on more. They need to be able to make independent decisions. They need to create personal goals and then get the mentoring and training and coaching to reach those goals. This is how you become an organization that lasts, an organization that actually makes an impact with who you serve. And the longer you take on the brunt of the work and all the extras and you fill in there and you just make up for that person's work over there, the quicker your business will run out of steam and the people you serve with your product will no longer get the blessing of what you have to offer. So we have recently discovered that my son might be lactose intolerant. He's 6. And so we're just going through a trial period right now of eliminating dairy. And it's not a big deal. I mean, people live like this every day. But as a working mom to 3 kids, a pastor's wife who really cares about being active in the life of our church and our ministry, and a business owner and a coach, thinking about removing dairy just adds like one more complicated thing to my plate. So this coming week, I have decided that my 9-year-old and my 6-year-old are going to learn more about what dairy is in and what it isn't in, and learn how to put together dairy-free snacks on their own. So this will take some time this week. Thankfully, school hasn't started yet, but they are capable. And if I can give them just a few days of real training and encouragement, I mean, it's not going to take whole days, right? It's going to take like 10 minutes here and there. It will go a long way for them. And then in turn, a long way for me. And it's not only just in teaching people or providing them training, because most times people already have that training and you just need to ask. So I mentioned that my husband and I sat down just recently to think over the next few months. We just had to have a check-in and make sure, are we aligned? Like, do we as a family have the same goals that we're working towards in the next few months? And we decided in that conversation that he is going to get the kids going in the morning and take care of breakfast. Like he's on morning duty. And then on Fridays, which is his day off, because he gets a day off during the week because he works on Sundays as the worship pastor, he is going to do homeschool with them on Fridays. And I don't need to tell him what to do. He is very capable of both of those things and very willing. I just had to ask. And then this fall, I actually need to let him do it his way. Wish me luck. Okay. Not only is Josh way more naturally gifted and interested in science and some of these other things that he's specifically going to teach on those Fridays, but it's just going to be such a sweet time that he gets to spend with the kids, that he gets to teach them. And I know it will be way more than I could give at the end of the week after I have already taught them all week. So I hope in all of this, you are hearing that I, like you, want to do it all. But we have convinced ourselves of things that just are not true. It's easier if I do it myself, maybe for a hot second. It isn't kind of me to ask someone else to do it. Not true. I don't have time to invest in training these people to take this on. That is a lie. We're so good at telling ourselves this narrative, and ultimately, it is not good leadership. Imagine what your life would look like at work and at home if you just embraced a narrow focus. If you knew what your ocean roll was and you brought it every day to work and every day at home. If the people you work with, the people you love, if they got to feast on the best things that you have to bring and you didn't try to be all things to all people. And then imagine if instead you also got to feast on the best things that others brought because you gave them the chance. What would your life look like? Would it look less exhausted, less frustrated, more joyful, more peaceful, more connected? What would your team feel? More seen, more utilized for their gifts? You can be this leader. And let me just say, you can listen to all my other podcast episodes where I give really practical tips on leadership communication. But all of that, all of those practical how-tos will only get you so far. In some ways, all of those how-tos is just going to feel like more doing. And for this moment, I want you to think less about doing and more about being. Who do you want to be as a leader? Who do you want to be as a mom, a wife, a friend? Do you believe that becoming that person is possible? Well, I am here to tell you it absolutely is. And if you can lock in this mindset that you don't have to do it all, so much more will fall into place for you. And maybe you just don't know where to start. Maybe that's where you're at right now. If this is you, friend, I really feel that. I was exactly in your place. And because of that, I actually know how to help you. If you're listening and this resonates with you and you just need some help figuring out what to do next to be that leader that you envision, this is what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to open up your email app, pull up your phone, open up your email app, start a new message addressed to me. It's Kara, Kara, at caralist.co. CO. And you're just going to put this in the title line, ocean roll. Got that? Okay. You don't even need to put anything in the message if you don't want to, but I will get that email and I will reply and learn more about you and what you're going through. And I would love to help you get on that right track to being the leader you want to be and can be. So Kara at caralist.co, title line, ocean roll. Okay, friend, I spoke really honestly today from my heart because I want this so badly for you. I want freedom for you. I want joy for you. I want you to know that I'm here for you. I am cheering you on. And I look forward to not only getting that email from you, but talking to you again next time. Bye, friend.